Imagine a TV channel that is nothing but advertisements. All day, all night, 24 hours of advertisements and infomercials. Would you watch it? Probably 99% of you would not watch it. That's what Facebook is going to start turning our posts into, to where Facebook is going to have a split feed with your one feed from people, from your friends, your family, or whatever, of people's posts. And the other posts, which are business pages and people who are advertising to you technically, are in a completely different feed. So if this happens, which may happen before the end of the year is even over, all of the people who advertise a business are going to be pushed into the commercial channel, to where really who's going to watch that? If you want to go find a happy hour special, whatever, and you want to go to that route, by all means, they've got it for you. But the people that are just watching Facebook for entertainment value, who don't want to be advertised to, who don't want to be bombarded with flyers and just bullshit, are never ever going to watch that. So what does that mean for people like us who are trying to market bars, restaurants, businesses, whatever business? It doesn't matter, we're all in the same boat. So if you have a business page on Facebook, regardless of the business, you're going to be filtered into the infomercial page. So we have to get creative. I just got an article from my buddy Nick Fosberg, who's really big into bar restaurant marketing, and he's known as the guy who knows what he's talking about. So I did my research after I saw the article. Sure enough, he's right. This change from Facebook is going to happen sooner or later, if not, like I said, before the end of the year. When this happens, then what? Everybody's plan, everybody's model of what they do now to market a restaurant goes, let's come up with an event, let's come up with a happy hour, let's come up with a football game, let's make a flyer, let's put it on Facebook, let's walk away, done. That's what they do. That's what everybody does. Everybody goes through the same motions, the same meaningless, just series of things. Nobody really measures it. Everybody that does measure it says, well, I guess I saw a couple hundred impressions on this. I don't know. Well, did anybody like the page? Well, yeah, a couple likes. Did anybody comment? No. Did anybody share it? No. Anybody walk in the door because of that post? I have no idea. Don't know. Don't measure it. So that's been the attitude so far, which has led to this, because people don't care. People put out just utter shit on Facebook, and they expect it to convert into people walking the door. But crap in, crap out. So that's been going on. And actually, I like this change in Facebook because it's going to force people to get creative, to make things that are adding value, to be entertaining, and to have great content. Not only that's going to force them to pay for it. Now, if there's money at stake, people aren't going to put out bullshit. If you have to pay for every post, everybody knows paid advertising on Facebook, it's expensive. Every post you do is going to cost you money, potentially hundreds of dollars per post. So if people are having $100 per post on the table, are they going to put out a football game flyer for some random game in the middle of the week that everybody who likes football knows about already? I doubt it. People aren't going to change their methods. They're going to start taking it seriously because they got skin in the game. There's money on the table. Okay, now let's get creative. This is going to be a hugely positive thing for social media, for marketers, for businesses. So people have to quit being lazy. So that being said, there's a ton of other ways to get people in the door of a restaurant and bar. I do a poll on the Bar Marketing Basics page that is on barmarketingbasics.com/polls, POLLS. And I've been collecting information for years and years. And the latest poll I have is about 4 months old. I've been gathering a ton of information. Most of the results on there are very unexpected to most people who own businesses, most importantly restaurants and bars. When they see those answers, they second guess it. And they think, well, that can't be right. Like, that's not what I was told to think. That's not what my experience has been in theory. But okay, theories don't really mean anything unless you do the research and unless you put numbers behind it. These are numbers of people who've answered. This is the public I'm polling. So the public is telling me, yes, this is how I find a restaurant. This is what I do in order to do my research to walk in the door of a restaurant. This is what I don't do. And more, actually less and less, people are saying social media. Social media used to be huge. Now it was since they went public, it declined. Now it's declining again. your reach is being censored by Facebook so much that you're getting 1% of your actual followers that actually see your stuff, that actually are going to take action to walk in the door. So if the amount of numbers are insane that if you're advertising on Facebook, say the average restaurant has a couple thousand followers, take the 1% rule. 20% of those people, 1%, 20 of those people are going to see your post. See it meaning it's going to scroll through on their phone. Whether they pay attention to it or not is the chances are they're not. So out of those 20 people that see it, way less, a fifth of a person is actually going to walk in the door because of that. So it's becoming such a small number that everybody's putting all their energy into social media, and they're saying, why isn't anybody walking in the door? Why isn't this working? Because do the math, your followers on Facebook are the only people seeing your posts, right? You have a finite number of people that could potentially see your stuff. I'm not talking about paid, I'm talking about free. So out of those people, every time you put it on something on Facebook, you're advertising to the same 2,000 people. You have no reach out of that little tiny box. So the people who could potentially love your restaurant, love your concept, potentially walk in the door, will never ever see that stuff. So out of that you get the 1%, and you get the 1% of the 1%. Now when it's all said and done, the average person is never in a million years going to walk into your restaurant because of a Facebook post. It's going to get nothing but worse. So there are solutions, and the solutions are simple in my opinion. Hit me up, let me know if you'd like to talk about it. I'll give you everything I got. I'm not going to ask for money. I just like helping people out, like providing value. So anyway, I hope this helps, and stay tuned soon for these big changes in Facebook. See ya.